Hey guys, in this video I want to show you some of the most powerful Docker Compose command that will definitely improve your daily development projects. Docker Compose is a Docker tool used to define and run the multi-container applications. It is configured through command line, so by end of this video you're going to learn top 10 very useful commands and become master in the Docker Compose tool. Alright, to begin with, our first command is a Docker Compose config. This command is very useful to validate and view the configurations. It is a powerful command to ensure that our Compose file is correctly formatted and provide all the necessary information we had defined in the YAML file. We can also extract the specific information like services and volume separately. For that we can issue the service keyword by end of the config command. Same thing we can do for the volumes as well. Now we have validated the configuration. Let's go ahead and see how to run a container in a detached mode. For that we can use -d flag along with the docker compose up command. So once we run the docker compose command, the first thing we need to check is the container status. So we are familiar with the docker ps command which show all the important information about the running containers. There is an identical command on the docker compose tool which lists the containers that are running as part of the docker compose project. In this example you can see that it shows the status of each containers as well as the port mapping and the names and the images being used. You can also use -a flag to show all the containers including those that are stopped or exited. Alright, let's assume that if something went wrong and the container could not start properly. In this case you can check the logs of each container using the docker compose logs command. This command is used to fetch the log output from the services. Since we have a lot of logs, we can narrow it down with the tail command. It works exactly like Linux command. So the complete syntax look like a docker compose logs, then the tail equal to the number of lines you want to print. In this example I'm giving 2, so it allows you to print the last 2 logs from both services. As you can see here, we have logs from MySQL and WordPress service. We can also fetch the log from particular service by specifying the service name in the end. So once the containers are up and running, we need to check the images are downloaded as part of docker compose file. So the command would be docker-compose images. So it lists out all the images used to create the container for the services in the composed file. Alright, next important command is docker compose stop, which display all the running process inside the containers. By default it shows for all the containers. In this example we can see the process running from SQL database and WordPress container. One thing to point out here is that each process have individual process ID and a parent process ID. And the structure of the parent and the child IDs depends on the base image used during the creation of this image. Okay, let's understand how to get the real-time events. The docker compose events is the command that will allow you to monitor all the real-time events that happens in the containers. You can use -JSON flag to print the output in the JSON format, which can be easier to parse and later can codify based on your requirements. Now the question comes here is, what is the difference between the docker compose logs and the events? Logs command is used to display the logs of all the containers running in the specific service, while the event command is used for viewing the events related to the management of those containers, such as container creation, deletion, service start or stop, or the network creation and deletions. I hope you get the point. So once the containers are ready and running the service, let's say we want to execute some commands on the containers. So the next important command we look here is the docker compose execute or exec. This command allows you to run the command in the running container. It is useful when you want to perform some action inside the containers, such as running a shell or a command line utility. In this example, the docker compose exec db bin/bash that would open a bash shell in the db container. Let's suppose that we have the container up and your application is ready to go, but you have realized that some updates to be made on your code. In that scenario, we need to rebuild the image again. For that we can use docker compose build. This command builds the image for all the services defined in the docker compose file. It reads the configuration from the docker compose and builds the images specified in the configurations. So it's important to note that the docker compose build command only builds the image for the service that haven't been built yet. If an image of the service is already up to date, the docker compose will use existing image. Also please keep in mind that the build will be done using the cache. If you want to build without using the cache, you can use no cache flag in the end. Now we have rebuilt the image and tested our applications. After a certain time, you want to tear down your development environment so you won't be using anymore. So the docker compose down command stops and remove all the containers and the networks created by the docker compose tool. Alright, these are the important and useful commands you can apply and give a great result in your daily development projects. If you think there are other super important commands and have to be mentioned, please share them in the comment section. Finally, make sure to check out other videos in this channel for more learning resources. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful and don't forget to like this. This is a video series, so I will create a new one every week. If you want to be notified whenever a new video comes out, please subscribe my channel. Thank you and see you next time with some more exciting topic.